All right. Good morning. Hello, hello. Good Tuesday morning. The alarms. Tuesday, the alarm. Sham. Yeah. Whew. Well, 80 on the sleep score last night. 80, 8-0. Wow. Yeah. Number 3 on these. Just getting fired up. Getting ready to bring the heat on you today. I don't know. Let me see here. So now we're having to do math. 11. How many days are 30? 31, 42. Day 47, I think, of going live. Something like that. Veterans fishing in the Instagram world. I don't know. Instagram doesn't tell anybody I'm live. You guys see it occasionally, but I don't think I'm too big a deal over there on the Insta. I need to get some more followers. How's it going today, guys? 1 to 10. Post it in the chat. Post it in the chat. What is happening? We got about 7 degrees here in beautiful, sunny southern Maine. Yeah. Bob Kane to bring the pain. Hardcore to the brain. I like it. I like it. I'm going to use that. I need some Dr. Johnny Fever stuff. That's just click a button to be notified when you go live. It's that simple for people to do. Cool. Yeah, I don't know if people see it like on Facebook. Like people pop right on when I hop on Facebook. So guys like Jason Rector and Dave Howard, Matt Moore, Dave Brackett. Yeah, 1 to 10. How you doing today, guys? 80 on the sleep score. Number 3 on the coffee. That'll be it. And yeah, but boy, I feel like I got run over by a truck. You remember those cartoons that Wile E. Coyote got fed through a set of rollers or something? That's what I feel like I need. Come out flat and just shake that shit off. So, Josh Baker, how are you? Wendy's here. Good to see you. Yeah, we folded that walker up and put it in the corner yesterday. She's going with the cane. I'm marrying an old lady with a cane. Kidding. Just kidding. 64 degrees in Central Florida. I don't want to hear from you in Brackett down there in Florida and tell me how nice it is. So Matt says, I feel like I fell out a 3-story window about 5 days a week. Yeah, I think they call that being 40 or over. Really hit 50. Shit starts falling off. Tim Carmody is here. Good to see you. Yeah, that sounds like Matt Moore made it to Key West. We've got you beat by about 70 degrees this morning. That's great. Say hi to all those guys down there for me, especially Tom. Hope you guys have a great trip. Wendy is a badass, Jason. She is a ninja. John Morrissey, good to see you. I was at a 9. You a 10, baby. All right. Matt says it's 37 and raining in North Carolina, if that makes you feel any better. A little bit. Yeah, I didn't chat with Anthony this morning. We usually chat most mornings, and he'll tell me how nice it is down there. He's in North Carolina. So, yeah, you guys had a little bit of snow here and there. So, yeah, Matt, enjoy that. Soak it all in. Yeah, I've got a few people that I know that are vacationing in warmer weather. That happens this time of year. So, good for you. I'm not a vacation guy. I can, 2 or 3 days of any one thing. I'm good to pivot. Don't try to drag me on those excursions and get on a bus with a bunch of, people with their, bag lunches and all that. Drag me somewhere away from a beach. I'm not a big beach guy, but if I go somewhere, I want to just hang out, unless it was like the Grand Canyon or something like that. Let's just hang out. We'll chill out. We're going to be back in cold Maine before we know it. So let's just enjoy it. And a few years ago, I did get out about once a month, get down to Florida and then Texas, then Florida, and then Texas. And I did enjoy that, just changing it up and getting out of the cold weather for once each month. And it wasn't a ton of money, and I still think it was worth doing. So consider that if you're freezing your ass off here. So guys, today I'm going to back up what I said yesterday and talk a little bit more about it. Had some good feedback yesterday on just what it looks like to operate a $1.5 million business. And I've done both. I've done it well and I've done it not well. And so I feel like it's something that I'm highly qualified to talk about. So when I use the numbers 500K to 1.5, It's really just some parameters for this conversation, but you can adjust those wherever. If you're doing 100 and you want to go to whatever, 1 million or 800,000, or if you're doing 2 million, you want to go to 4, a lot of these same principles apply. But the recurring theme is that what got you here ain't going to get you there. Some things need to change, right? If you're trying to scale to X, let's call it 1.5, using the same business model that got you to 500K, you're going to hit a wall. Why? Well, why do you say that, Bob? Because it doesn't work. The way you operate at 500K is totally dependent on you. You're the guy pounding the nails. You're the guy baking the cakes. You're the dude that's delivering all the stuff, right? Running around, doing the things, right? Your pricing, your team, your overhead, and your efficiency, those kinds of things must evolve if you're going to handle them without more stress. Because when you're already here, I say this a lot, when you're already here running around stressed, it's not that far to go to here, right? And that right there is the difference. That 500 to 1.5 is like, well, hey, 24 hours in a day, right? I'll just, sleep when I'm dead, that kind of thing. I said that yesterday. But today I want to just kind of break down what exactly needs to change so you can scale without burnout. And believe me, guys, I've been there, been burnout, been done, been like, F this business. There's got to be an easier way. And then rallied and put people in the right places and got some more inspiration for it and gone to the next level. But it can be an ugly journey. One of the biggest things you need to pay attention to is your pricing and your margins. You got to charge for profit, not just for survival. Don't have that mentality of, well, hey, I guess contractors make 10%, right? That's what everybody says when you read the Sunday paper. Or your contractor should have a 10%. That's a net profit. If you're a contractor and you're doing over $1 million and you're making a 10 to 15% net profit, somebody might tell you I'm crazy, but you're probably knocking it out of the park, because that means you have a GP, a gross profit, of way north of that. Because out of your gross profit comes your overhead and all the things that it takes, the check you get to write to make the business go. All right. At 500K, most contractors and people in business, I'll add people in business to that, price just to stay busy. You ask them how they're doing. Oh, busy. Doing what? Same shit you were doing a year ago. And you don't have any of the right people in the right spots. At 1.5 million, you price for profitability, not activity. Now you're at the point where you say, I'm not sure I want to do that job. I might be better off to stay home and sweep the shop. That guy seems like a pain in the ass. We're going to have so much profit bleed during this job because it's going to take too long. I'm going to get to the end and go, where's that 10, 15% net profit is gone, because the job took 8 months when it should have taken 4. And again, I've lived that, guys. I think I invented it. So what are some common mistakes at 500? I'll call them the 500K mistakes. Pricing based on what competitors charge. Well, hey, that's the going rate. That's just what people around here. Well, that doesn't work where I live. Yeah, no, everybody, the market will bear this. Set the market, be the market, deliver a great experience for people, and you'll be the market. People will want to charge what you charge. Another mistake is just failing to account for that overhead. Thinking only in labor and materials, right? Hey, you got to make the truck payment. You got to pay the office. You got to do the things, all these things that come out of that gross profit. And for those of you that don't know what a P&L looks like, you've got your gross revenue, not sales, revenue, money that came through the cash register. Out of that, we have what we call COGS, C-O-G-S, cost of goods sold. The check you got to write to finish that, to do that project. Deduct that from revenue, you get gross profit. Then we take out our expenses. That's where the cell phone bill is. That's where the truck payment is. That's where your salary belongs as an owner, unless you're pounding nails or baking the cakes. So we deduct expenses / overhead, and we get net profit. That's the money that you get to pay taxes on. That's the money, the reward for all the late nights and the bullshit and the phone calls and people telling you have the deep pocket. All right. That's the reward for the privilege of working 24/7, 365. All right. And I'm trying to help you guys not do that. So what's the fix? The 1.5 million pricing formula. What is that? Luke McGee's here. Fred Turner's here. Danielle's here. Good to see you guys. Yeah, the 1.5 fix. Start with your desired net profit. Hey, we want to reverse engineer this. We know what our overhead is. This is a fixed stuff. It's the same every month. Easy to figure out. We want to make 10 or 15% net, or 15 to 20% net, whatever it is. Factor in all those costs, not just the labor and materials. Factor in all of that stuff. It's all it's the cost of doing business. And you don't have to apologize to anyone for that. I had somebody say to me, oh, so, what do you typically make, 10, 15%? I'm like, yeah, plus overhead. Mm-hmm. And the question just went away from the customer. They don't know they don't even know what they're asking, because they're not a business owner typically. Right? Charge for that stuff. Recapture that overhead. Have some money to do marketing. Have some money to pay an admin or a VA. Plan on that future growth. Charge for value, not time. What did you deliver? Ever had somebody say, well, you charged me X for that. It only took you a day. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I knew how to do it. You didn't. I got it done. It's done, isn't it? Yeah, it looks great. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the value. Clients don't buy hours. They buy outcomes. They want it done. Let's talk about overhead and efficiency. All right. Where the extra revenue goes if you're not careful. I talked to you about profit bleed, right? At 500K, overhead's fairly low, but growth is limited. Not really. It's hard to go anywhere because you're running the business. And then at 1.5, you need to invest in things like admin support, tools, marketing, but not waste the money. Yeah. Guys, make a comment if I'm still on Facebook. It looks like maybe it froze up a little bit. Let me know if you're still here. And if you're new, put in there 1 to 10. How are you doing today? Coffee's good today. Let me see if we're still on. Did I lose the link? Maybe I did. Don't know why. Anyway, I'll keep going and post it out so you guys can grab it. We don't want to waste money at the 1.5, right? Some common mistakes, that 500K mindset is spending spending money reactively to put fires out, right? Instead of strategically. No system for tracking overhead. Little expenses eat up your profits, right? Okay, Dave says he's got me. So we're still on. Okay, thank you. Danielle says 9 today. Yeah, Dad says still here. Okay, we're on. For some reason, it dropped off mine. So Jason, thank you. Excuse me. So at 500K, we're just, spending money. We're just putting fires out, right? And we think we're busy. But again, the growth is limited. Busy. You're wearing too many hats, right? We don't have any system for tracking overhead, letting little expenses eat profits. And we're not reinvesting in the right things like marketing or automation or figuring out who our next team member is. So that $1.5 million fix is automating and streamlining things, estimating software, CRM, a place to track all the people that call us, accounting tools, QuickBooks, JobTread. We have a construction management software that positions us differently in the market from the guy that's stacking up shit on his dashboard. All right. And the other thing we want to do is outsource those low value tasks. Do a time audit. What book was it? I think it was Buy Back Your Time by Dan Martell. We talked about audit your time. Figure out what you get paid per hour for the week. Let's say it's $80 an hour. If it costs $40 to do your office stuff, hire somebody. Makes sense, right? You have to have the money to do that. And at 1.5, you will. But outsource those lower value tasks and then have them do things like track the overhead consistently and clearly. And have a percentage of your revenue dedicated for growth every year. And you need a team. All right. What's different at 1.5? You got to have a team. At 500, you're just wearing all the hats. You're doing the thing. You're selling. You're going in and closing the deals. You're writing the contracts. You're getting the materials. You're throwing it in the truck and the trailer, and you're showing up at the job site, hoping you can find somebody to help you for the day, right? All right. Don't open the trailer till Jimmy gets there. But at 1.5, people have specialized roles. You've got a project manager, right? At 500, we're just hiring. I need a guy. I need somebody. We're hiring because we're overwhelmed. We're not being proactive. We're not trusting our employees. We're micromanaging everything. And then we're keeping that unproductive person that's probably a cancer too long because it's the devil that you know, right? It's the, pick your poison. Well, I can have this guy. He's got a pulse. He can fog up a mirror. And I don't know where I would find anybody else. Touring Man has joined us on Instagram. Yeah, I know how to do it, and you didn't. That statement speaks volumes. Yeah, Matt, for sure. Value, right? Yeah, we keep those unproductive people too long. So how do we fix that? What if these things go away at the 1.5 level when we have clear roles? We've got a project manager. We've got somebody dedicated to doing the estimating. We've got an admin or a VA, an office manager handling the stuff. And we've got a little help on marketing and sales, one way or another, whether it's outsourced or whether you're paying as you go. Dan Bennett, good to see you. Dan's a guy that's probably right in this range that I'm talking about. Matt Moore says, stop attacking me. You always get you get squirrely when I talk, Matt. What's going on? So we got to have a key shift at that 1.5 level, right? If you're still doing the work yourself, you'll never scale because you're in your truck. You've done okay. You're doing the things, but again, what got you there? What get you here won't get you there. We need to work smarter, not harder. Yeah, at 500K, hard work got you there. You come out of the gate, you've got some recognition. People know who you are. They see your truck going down the road. But at 1.5, you've got systems, you've got people, you've got leadership, and you've got other people doing the heavy lifting. You're still doing the heavy lifting. You're not over on the couch watching it all happen. But again, at 500K, again, guys, this can go for any business. That when I keep saying 500K, that could be 100K. It could be 50K. It could be $1 million. The level that you're at, you're probably thinking more hours equals more money. Not always the case. You're probably stuck in the daily operations instead of focusing on business and growth. I got to get in. I got to get in there, and I got to be there. You know, remember yesterday we talked about doing the 1 or 2 week test, right? If you can go on a 1 week vacation and come back and your business is the same, you're doing it right. If it isn't, you've got a job. You don't have a business. And you got to get rid of that I'll do it myself mentality. Another great book is Who Not How. And figure out who you can get to do something versus how am I going to get it done. When you start to have that mentality shift, Tony Botai, that's when things start clicking. Okay? At the 1.5 level or north of $1 million, you're delegating tasks you don't need to do personally. And you're working on the business, not just in it. And you're building processes so the business runs even when you're not there. And again, like I said yesterday, if you can't hand somebody a manual to run your business, you're not done yet. When I met with Steve Rosenberg, one of our speakers at our event coming up in a couple of weeks, Steve talks about your business sale date. Not necessarily that you're going to sell the business, but when would it be saleable? When would you have all the stuff in place so that if somebody wanted to come into town, write a check, would you have your shit together? And ask yourself this, am I working on growth or am I just busy? Busy. Whew, things are busy. Busy doing what? Working yourself into the ground, basically. The difference between a $500,000 business and a $1.5 million business isn't just money, guys. It's structure, systems, and leadership. Somebody on the front end, driving the bus, making sure that the light at the end of the tunnel is not a train. At some point, you have to step out of the day-to-day and start truly leading your company. And being perfectly honest, it's probably one of the things that I probably missed it on the most over the years is getting away from the day-to-day. And when I say day-to-day, I mean the wearing of the belt, so to speak, or needing to be in it, or needing to be the guy that was ordering the 2x4s. Right? He is, right? I got through the whole thing without doing it right, I think. So, guys, if this hits home and you're serious about taking your business to the next level, again, DM me, scale. Just write scale. DM me that. I'll reach out to you. We'll schedule a call and I can help you. We'll get rid of some of the silly stuff that you're doing. And if nothing else, I can be an accountability partner for you to say, hey, Tony, why are you doing that? What if you did this? And sometimes that's all it takes, is having somebody in your corner to say, man, stop doing stupid shit, right? We all do it. This is just the tip of the iceberg, guys. And again, you can adjust that number, 500, 1.5, a million, 2 million, whatever it is, wherever you're at. If you're just starting out, yeah, you got to do all that stuff, right? But have your eye on the prize. Look down the road and say, what am I going to need when this business hits X? And start putting that in play right now. I had one guy give me great advice. Had him on my podcast. I said, what would you do differently? He said, add people sooner. I would add good people sooner to my business. Mark Bunker says, good morning from Boston. Thinking of you today, Mark. You guys knock it out of the park. Yeah, good to see you. You're only a couple hours from me now. Tony, between you and Matt Tolman, you take care of our F-bombs on our lives. Tony's putting up a vapor barrier today. Yeah, Tony's the owner of the business. So hopefully this lands with him, right? Tony, we need to get on the phone and chat. I think I can help you. But guys, I'll keep banging this drum, and hopefully it'll help somebody. And again, we've got people on here that are new business owners. We've got people on here, I'm just looking through the names, people that are not contractors. You don't have to be a contractor to be on here. You don't have to be a GC. You don't have to be a remodeler. We've got electricians on here. We've got remodel guys, but we also have new entrepreneurs in different lines of business. And these lessons are the same. The beautiful thing about this stuff is you can set this and forget it, and it'll work for most businesses. Yeah, there's some nuances of things that you got to deal with, but by and large, the lessons are the same, and you got to get out of the way. A lot of you guys are a bottleneck. You're a choke point in your business. I know, because I was doing that. Vapor barriers are very important, Danielle says. Trying to make Tony feel better. Guys, sold more tickets for the event yesterday. It's coming up. It's coming up. It's the weekend, not this weekend, but next weekend. So here we go. Everybody's like, oh, thank God I get to hear Bob will stop talking about this event on the 22nd. Hop on. We'll put the link in the comments. It's at the Italian Heritage Center. Love to have you there. If you're not coming, if you haven't bought tickets, Mark Bunker will be there. Hi, Bob. How are you? Good to see you. Matt Moore scheduled the ski trip, so he can't join us. So I'll talk to him privately about that. Jason Rector is threatening to come up. I saw him checking out the link yesterday. Luke McGee's coming. We've got a lot of great people going to be in the room. So I challenge you to figure it out. I think we have our longest traveling person is coming from, I think, the San Diego area. So if you're watching this and you're from Maine, I would ask you this. Somebody is valuing this at a level where they're going to get on a plane and fly across the country. Maybe you ought to check it out. Give me a call. Shoot me a DM. I'd love to have you in the room. Again, if it's a financial thing, hit me up. We're going to make it happen. We'll figure it out somehow. We'll get you here, get you in the room, get in a place where everybody wants you to win, where somebody's not trying to cut you down or be competitive with you, edge you out. It'll be the best vapor barrier application anyone has ever seen. Yeah. Take a picture too. Somebody accused me of not putting a vapor barrier down once, and I had photos. I said, is this what it looked like? Oh, yeah, I guess so. Take lots of pictures. So anyway, guys, join our communities. Reach out. If you're wondering why I'm doing this every day, transparently, it's just to give you a little taste of what we do inside the Summit communities. Coaching people one-on-one, coaching them up in our communities. You don't have to do one-on-one. You can come in, join the Edge live on our school community. You can just be in the Facebook Summit group on Facebook. We post stuff in there every day. And I have some help now, all right? Starting attacking that, putting the right butts in the right seats, and there'll be more people to come. But Wendy's helping me behind the scenes. She's my ninja. Wendy Lee, definitely in the state of Maine. Yeah. Tony, make a how to do and pass it on the next time. Yeah, Jason actually makes a good point there. If you've got something and you're doing it more than once, write down the process so you can hand that off. Make sure someone knows how to do it. You know, I've got Wendy helping me behind the scenes on stuff, and I'm after her all the time. Hey, listen, write down the process for that. That way, there'll be a day where you're going to move away from that stuff and onto something else. So, anyway, guys, bear that in mind as you go through your day. If you got nothing from this, ask yourself who, not how. Who, not how. You might be surprised. Now, I'll tell you a quick story before I go. We had a dump trailer forever. I had bought one recently, and I was on the phone with my friend Anthony, and he does things, multiple $1 million construction company down in North Carolina. And I said, you have a dump trailer, right? He goes, no, I've never owned a dump trailer. I'm like, well, you do the same thing I do, right? He said, yeah, I don't have a dump trailer. I'm like, huh. And I spent, I don't know, 10, 12 grand on a dump trailer. Need a place to park it. Gotta get it all registered and all that stuff. Insured. Moving around, travel. It's handy. I said, what do you do? He says, I just have a guy. He says, he puts a small dumpster on site and we fill that. He comes and gets it. I'm like, He goes, and I add it to the job. I'm like, huh, interesting. Sold my dump trailer. Now we just put small dumpsters on site, and I don't have to worry about parking anything or dragging anything or maintaining anything, or even best, picking up all the roofing nails at the dump, or now they call it the recycling center, and patching tires all year long. So, yeah. Mark, thank you. I do enjoy our one-on-one conversations, and we have a blast, and we get some things done. And and you didn't fire me 2 weeks ago when I yelled at you, so that was good. Always appreciative of that. Bob Lingmanowski is on here. I think that's how you pronounce that last name, Bob. Yeah, good to see you. Guys, I'm going to wrap it up. I appreciate you. Stay warm if you're in the Northeast. Mike Nunez is watching. Speaking of West Coast, yeah, stay warm. Be good to one another. Help one another out. Ask yourself how you can make someone's day today. Think about what I said today. The things that got you here won't get you there. What needs to change? All right, I'm out. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you all. Take care.